I've been with Nova since the beginning of its era, if you want to say so. On the conference floor, there can be a lot of empty promises or easy yeses if you call yourself your affiliate manager, but in reality, you're a relationships manager. My tip is ideally the true connections and made are outside of the conference at parties or events. So the more you know about them, then the more you're able to create certain custom deals for them. Unfortunately, it's part of the game sometimes to lose money. As long as everything balances out, it's important. And dress nicely. Yeah, you got dressed to impress, man.
Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. It's me again, Saba from Paxel, and I'm here today, thrilled to do another one of these videos. Hope you enjoy it. In this video, we'll talk to Jasin. He's a senior affiliate manager at Nova Network. He's also an expert in affiliate marketing, specializing in adult dating. Let's dive right into it and talk to Jasin. Hello man, how's it going?
I'm doing good, bro. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good too, I appreciate that. It's real nice to meet you, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, you too. I don't think we met before, have we?
Yeah, never. So it's our first time. I suggest we start with like a small blitz question. You know, I will ask you a couple of questions, and you just have to choose between two options.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So my first one would be working on remote or working from office.
Remote, 100%.
Oh, really?
I do my own thing. I enjoy colleagues and I enjoy spending time with them, but I feel more productive if I'm in my own environment and I'm able to construct my own way of working, if you can say so, you know? So yeah, a remote.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I prefer working from office, but remote is pretty cool too. It has its own advantages, and yeah, as you said. So the next question would be cats or dogs?
Tough question. I grew up with dogs all my life, with a golden retriever. I loved my boy, but now I live with two cats. So originally, hand to my chest, I'm a dog person, but now living with two cats, let's just say that I'm a pet person in general. Yeah,
Okay.
good middle ground.
Okay, so I suggest we move on to more serious stuff. You ready?
Yeah, let's go, baby.
What would you say? What is the best way to pump affiliates, to gain larger volumes from your affiliates, to scale the collaboration between your company and your partner?
So my main strategy, to be honest with you, and this is just in life, is like turning strangers into clients and turning clients into your friends. The people that I do the most amount of volume with right now, let's say the people in the top 10 of our portfolio, are sure clients, first of all, but at the same time, we consider them friends, because I believe this allows more transparency, allows each other to get to know each other better. And in order to understand the affiliate, you also have to understand the person behind it and the reasoning. So I believe once you have this connection with one another, you're both putting the same amount of effort to try and grow each other because you properly care about the person on the other side. So that, to be honest with you, is like my secret sauce, you know? It brings better communication, you have more transparency, you share information with one another more, you tell each other what performance is needed or is not needed, or the willingness to test certain offers. So yeah, it makes life a little bit easier. And then my second choice is like, everyone's time is precious, yeah? Sometimes you're stuck with like, I don't say a rookie account manager, but you're stuck with someone new to the game, and they can waste your time a little bit more to try and understand each other. But at the end, the top dogs in any industry don't have any time to waste. So everything that you do has to provide valuable action, and you have to provide insights into pretty much every communication or every type of conversation that you have with one another. Yes, you can ask me how I'm doing, and I'll gladly tell you, but let's also move past that. Don't only ask me how I'm doing. Let's get straight into the gist of it. So yeah, those are my two, let's say, non-technical answers, if you want to say so.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I could tell from this answer that you are like a big fan of a personalized way of approaching, your partners, because it's not like you're a bot and you're just saying to every person, the same stuff. It's like you're personalizing the way each partnership works, and that's pretty cool. And on that note, I would like to ask you about can you tell us about yourself a bit,
I'm half Italian, half Syrian. I'm 29 years old. I grew up all over the world, to be honest with you. My parents worked for the United Nations. So ever since I was a child, we lived in Syria, in Australia, in the UK, in Spain, in Italy, in Netherlands. So I traveled my whole life. Then I studied marketing at university, and I studied consumer behavior as my master's in Spain. And after that, I joined Advidi for 1 year as an account manager. Did considerably well because after 1 year, they proposed to me and to two other colleagues to start Nova. So I've been with Nova since the beginning of its era, if you want to say so. And now it's been about 3.5 years I've been working for Nova, and the past year I've been working remote. Is that I love football. I love being social. I love to have a couple beers with everyone. But yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Yeah, that's cool. I appreciate that answer. Now the second question would be pretty much the same, but more in a professional way. Like, what is your position? What do you do in this position? You know, from a business perspective, can you tell about yourself?
Yeah, so as I said at the beginning, Nova started with 3 people. We had one boss. I set up the affiliate segment, and then another colleague set up the advertiser segment. So I had to pretty much start the whole affiliate structure or program for Nova. This involved onboarding certain affiliates, testing them out, getting certain feedbacks about them. And my job title is a senior affiliate manager. It's been that way for a couple of years now. Uh, and I handle Nova's biggest clients or affiliates or traffic sources. And that's been a nice opportunity, to be honest with you, because you always want to work with the best people in the industry, and it allows to grow myself, grow my information. Once again, understand more of how you can provide the best service, because with the top people, you tend to learn quite a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And especially since I was one of the first people, it also gives you quite a lot of freedom to also test new things. And yeah, I enjoy what I do, man. The main thing I enjoy is obviously the money that comes with it, the people relations, because at the end you call yourself your affiliate manager, but in reality you're a relationships manager. That's the number one thing what you have to do, is just foster, create, and keep relationships. And the best thing is to be yourself, to understand the person on the other side, and try in any single way possible to add value. And I believe that's how you get to keep and work with top talents in the industry.
Really interesting answer. Thanks. And now I randomly thought about, maybe this video would be seen by people who don't know nothing about like affiliate programs and like all of our industry. Can you tell briefly about what your company does? What is Nova?
Okay, Nova is a dating network. So Nova was created as an avenue to grow certain collaborations with certain dating advertisers, right? Um, from that, we then became a dating advertiser ourselves and still have offers from other dating advertisers within our platform. We only operating within the dating space, both mainstream and adult. We're based in Amsterdam because we're part of the Dutch group called Bang Media, which owns Advidi and Rebel. And within this group, we also have a media buying team which only does dating. But in general, all companies within this group conduct dating. Rebel and Advidi are different, as they have a different advertiser, and we have a different advertiser and third-party advertiser, if you want to say so. And we just connect them to the top affiliates that we have within our network.
Cool. Yeah.
Is that clear?
Yeah, sure. More than enough, I think. And, yeah. That's really cool. So, you said before that you have partners all over the world, and I would like to ask you, how do you reach out to those affiliates, to your potential partners? Do you search for them by regions? Maybe like there is a way to target some kind of a group of people. How do you do that?
Sometimes affiliates present me affiliates, which is always nice because they're trusted straight away.
Yeah.
Another way is we have a sign-up form through our own offers, which then leads to our own CRM system. So we have this database of people that sign up to us. And then we assign this to the different affiliate managers to see if it can be a good fit or not. Then obviously we attend conferences, which is TES and Affiliate World, to try and get the biggest affiliates coming into us. And then what we don't really do is find affiliates through Telegram or STM or other communities or digital platforms. The reason being is we think that it brings a lot of bad quality or affiliates which might lower our standards a little bit, and since we're a small team, we only really want to focus on larger or established or experienced players. So we don't really look to teach new affiliates or to hold their hand and guide them, which is maybe a fault in our system or how we work. But yeah, we tend to work with people attend conferences, which are big, or friends of affiliates, or people that sign up through us online.
Speaking of conferences, fun fact, I just recently attended my first one.
Which one?
It's a small event here in Kyiv, and I was there, and I really enjoyed the whole process, and I want to talk about conferences a bit. I had to attend one in Dubai back in 2022, but the whole situation in our country started, so I kind of missed it. But in the future, I'm sure maybe even we will meet somewhere, and yeah, I'm sure it will be great. So about conferences, bro, how to find that effective way to connect to people, not just talk about nothing all day, it's like what's the advice to connect people, efficiently?
To be honest with you, I feel like on the conference floor, there can be a lot of empty promises or easy yeses, if you know what I mean. I can do this, no problem. Oh yeah, we can speak each other on Skype later on, because everyone is, I don't want to say have to act friendly, but everyone is naturally more propense to have their door open, right? And a propensity to say yes and to not be perceived as an ass, to be honest with you. My tip is ideally the true connections and made are outside of the conference at parties or events or exclusive meetups where people sort of let their guard down a little bit, and they know that if you're there, then you truly are a top player. Because the hardest thing at a conference is sometimes to differentiate between who's a top player in the industry and who isn't. While if you already close up the circle a little bit more and manage to make yourself into a particular dinner or into a particular event, then this can already heighten your chance of success of coming out with a successful, let's say, new partner. We try and treat them well. I think our approach is maybe try and be yourself and have your own style straight away and see if you bond. And if you bond, then the chances are of having successful collaboration is good. But if you come to me at a conference and just hand me your business card, or just come to me and speak to me and then ask for merch, it's I know your intentions aren't truly to create something long term. You're just trying to make a short term buck. And to be honest with you, you can make a short term buck with someone else and not myself. And then the close ones you want to keep close. It's normal. It's like your close group of friends. You plan holidays together. Same with affiliates. Sometimes you want to plan events together for all your affiliates. It just helps keep the relationships tight.
That's I appreciate it, man. It's really cool. The next segment that I would like to talk about, as I've mentioned, the bad quality and all that stuff. Sometimes in our industry, it's inevitable to to contact with fraudulent traffic, with bad quality. And I would like to ask, how do guys like you and your colleagues, how do you deal with that? How do you manage to minimize the fraudulent amount of traffic? And sometimes it's like a little specific to our industry that even top dogs sometimes can have some bad quality here and there. And how do you deal with that?
So let's say if you're a partner of ours that we've been working for a decent amount of time, and an advertiser might point out that you sent fraud and they want to deduct it, then we take the hit for you. So I don't think it's fair that we have this working cooperation for 2 years and then I am, for example, charging you or taking away 10 leads or $150 from you. No problem. I will take that hit because I believe in our cooperation. I believe that mistakes can happen. Maybe you're buying from a new traffic source which is untested, right? And then how we try and minimize it. I mean, you have the standard trick of checking how many mutual contacts you have on Skype, for example, or checking if they actually work with or are able to name certain top advertisers in our industry. Most of the time, we don't tend to onboard a lot of people that sign up to us online, for the reason being is that we don't have enough trust in them. If everything seems fine, then we make them run certain offers which aren't our premium offers, if you want to say so. So
not the most sensitive, like, yeah.
Exactly, like you have certain less risky offers you can send it to, you know what I mean? So we send it there, and if everything is clear, then we can maybe move them up to the higher tier, because there are certain partners you don't want to tarnish your reputation with, and reputation is can be destroyed like this, you know what I mean? So we try and take baby steps to guarantee our partners that everything you receive from us is of a decent quality, because this in long term plays out. And if someone sends fraud, okay, bro, account closed, no problem.
It happens, you know. So as you mentioned before, you said that being an affiliate manager is pretty much being a relationship manager, right? So I agree, definitely. That's the one of the main, qualities that you should have as an affiliate manager. But like, what's to your personal opinion? As an affiliate manager, how well should you be educated about the traffic itself, to be able to connect that affiliate to some kind of offer, and so what is the level of investigation that affiliate manager needs to have, to successfully operate that role?
Okay, it depends. If you want to be an affiliate manager that is fed information from your pricing team or your business intelligence team, and then you just blah 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 blah, and then you spit it out on the other side, that's one story. But if you actually want to be able to talk the talk and then walk the walk, that's a whole different story. Because one thing is you can be able to build the relationship and be likable, but then you also have to back it up, bro. So
Sure.
I do think it's quite important to understand your the flows of affiliates and their traffic. As I said before, the more you know, the more you're able to add value to them. Maybe you're able to make a custom lander that fits their flow a little bit better, or to provide certain landers which fit their vibe or their niche a little bit more, so then to increase performance on their end. Or maybe you want to be able to know how to optimize how they want to be optimized. You know what I mean? Every single partner has their different functions and the different peculiarities. So then if they have certain sources which are interconnected, well, then they have to be optimized a different way. So then it makes it easier for them, and they like you more, and they don't go, oh, I received a message from Jasin, this is going to be a pain in the ass. You know what I mean? I did everything possible to try and make your life easy. And then at the same time, the more you know about their flows or traffic, the more you can understand which type of offers or advertisers can fit best their traffic, depending on offer name, or depending on the backend, or depending on ROI times. If you know these things, then what I'm trying to say is, the more you know about them, then the more you're able to create certain custom deals for them, and the more you want to create certain custom deals for them, because then they view you not only as an affiliate manager, but as a hub of deals and of a pipeline of deals that come through you and are given to them. So maybe they don't even need other networks if you're able to make any single deal happen for them and back it up. Obviously they have to send the good quality traffic and maintain it, but the most important thing is, you become that hub by being knowledgeable and being being able to talk the talk and walk the walk.
Yeah, that's a nice way to sum it up. So I suggest we get a bit deeper into the conversation about traffic. Maybe you could tell us about what types of traffic do you work mostly with, and maybe you have some personally more preferred ones.
Yeah. So just off the bat, member area traffic is always highly valued or highly researched. But if you want to go one layer deeper, it depends whose member area you're buying, which advertiser's member area. As I said, all advertisers have different thresholds of what they accept as traffic. Maybe an advertiser as member area is more highly valued because their users are more engaged off the bat and they have a stronger product. So it makes it a more high quality member area, while maybe you buy a member area from an advertiser which is more accepting of every single type of traffic. Maybe their product is less strong, maybe their engagement is less strong, so their member area traffic is not as high quality as it can be, So there's already a distinction between the two. Display, of course, is the most voluminous and the most scalable, and the quality can also differentiate a lot here. But once again, you have such a big spectrum. Either you're buying on very mainstream adult sites, or you can go into more niche adult sites. And then if you go into a niche adult site, then you can potentially find users or couple it with offers that might work a little bit better because they know the client that enters that adult site. Another one which is quite big is email, But once again, there's a distinction on email. Is an email which you bought on CPC from Exoclick, which is, yes, can be good quality, but it can also be a bit of a hit and miss? Or is it your own collected email database, which you got this information from the client, you have their GDPR consent to send them other marketing promotional material, if you want to call it. And this makes it higher quality. Same with push. Is it your own collected push, or is it bought on CPC? So just out of those four, which tend to be the biggest traffic sources, you already have different layers between them. And this is information, I guess, which you slowly gain as you stay in the industry.
You did not mention Facebook, TikTok, and I specifically ask about them because I just want to know more about, how do people like you, what do they personally think about these traffic sources?
So do you like TikTok? Do you work with TikTok? Is there like a...
I'm not really working with it. I had some interactions with TikTok traffic, and that's why I'm asking, because I did not really had enough to build my own opinion about it. So maybe you could tell me more about it.
I honestly think it's tricky. It seems to work well on some offers and some advertisers, but on others, it's an absolute fail. For example, on adult offers, it doesn't really work that well, but for mainstream offers, it can work better. The reason being is TikTok, like Facebook, has its compliance, right? If, let's say, you put a very clean front end and landing page to make it past the Facebook verification or TikTok verification system, but then your actual product is an adult one, well, then there's an imbalance, if you want to call it, right? Because the user that signed up thought he's going to get X and you give him Y. And then it's normal that maybe for the advertiser, it doesn't work out. So it can work for the affiliate, but less for us. And then on the second point, so if you want to run social media, you can run something more mainstream, cleaner, just in general, my own personal opinion. And then once again, TikTok has very young users. And young users have less spending power in general. And if they have less spending power, then that means that there's less monetization in the back end, which affects your payout in the front end. This is TikTok. But for example, for Facebook, you have an older clientele. But once again, it depends how you advertise on Facebook. Like, do you do it through groups? Do you do it through profiles? Do you just have people making millions of profiles and you spam the hell out of them with hey, I'm a lonely German girl, come talk to me? Or do you do Facebook ads, which is similar to TikTok ads? So you have to understand a little bit more, well, how you publicize on social media. I know, for example, Facebook used to be easier back in the day, and now it became harder and harder. And especially if we do it through account creation and farming accounts, it becomes a little bit tougher. So from my personal perspective, it's very hard to scale up. Let's say that.
I think it always comes to testing, right? It's if some combination of the offer and this type of traffic is already tested and it has shown, the efficiency, then of course it's the right way to, maybe scale that, try to bring bigger volumes from that. But it's just important to understand that sometimes you just have to test, some new stuff, and maybe it will be bad, but you have to be open for that.
Yeah, there's some people which make money in incredible ways, man. So yeah, I believe that's also how like you found or you find your moneymaker or your like diamond in the dirt. You know what I mean? Like you test, nothing sticks, and then suddenly you're like, I don't know, you try doing it through Tinder. And then suddenly you start getting people signing up through Tinder and sending them links, and then you sign them up onto a profile. Like as an advertiser, if it's making money for me, then you're more than welcome sending it through Tinder. You know what I mean? Or Push back in the day, or Facebook also back in the day when account creation was easier. Those people made a lot of money. Yeah, sure.
So yeah, it creates new trends, and maybe you could tell me more about like what trends do you see popping up in the near future? Maybe you see something going there or there. Your expert opinion on that.
Where trends are gonna go in the future? I have no idea, man. I mean, one, I don't want to say trend, but let's say something that I would think of is already make the interaction from the banner. So let's say you avoid the whole part where you click on the banner and then it leads you to a different pop-up. Maybe you can have like a very easy and quick sign up on the banner itself where the user can like compile some basic information and then it maybe pops up. So it makes it a little bit easier. A recent trend also was like, for example, incorporating Google signups into landing pages to increase conversion rate. And not only Google, but also let's say Yahoo or other email providers to make it easier for the user to populate their fields. Another trend instead, which died down a little bit, is Google traffic or SEA traffic. At the beginning, when it started, people were talking about it as like the messiah of traffic sources. It was like the quality is fucking amazing, and the quality was amazing. But now you have way more companies doing it, and it made the landscape a lot more competitive, and so quality dropped down. Like a little bit. Like they still ask for high payouts because their CPC is very high, but a high CPC doesn't mean that necessarily is very high quality traffic. You know what I mean? So that, for example, went down a little bit. And then traffic trends of the future, I don't know, my friend. If you know, please tell me.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. It's an unpredictable enough market, so maybe a quick advice on some books or maybe some resources that, young affiliates or newcomers to our sphere could, read about to excel at something, at like relations with partners, relations inside of the team, or maybe in general how to be a better, employee. So yeah, maybe any advices here.
Okay. I read one book this year called Never Split the Difference. Did you know it?
Never heard of it, to be honest.
No, it's a negotiation book by like a former hostage negotiator of the FBI. So he's always in like high pressure situations, trying to negotiate the lives of individuals, and he has small certain practical tips and hints to use for negotiation. Because as a network, we obviously have to get an offer from someone else, rebroker it, and give it to an affiliate, right? But the better we're able to negotiate with the advertiser, or the better we can sell it, the better deal we get, and therefore the more the affiliate can be happy. So I suggest Never Split the Difference. Then I suggest How to Win Friends and Influence People. So it's pretty much a book that has basic lessons like how it's very powerful to be genuinely interested in other people, not like the bullshit, hey, how are you, but actually care. Like, you didn't drink alcohol for 2 weeks, be like, okay, wow, like, is it because you're drinking 0 beer? Is it because of health? Is it because you're training? Like, properly understand the roots. It also has like basic things like admitting mistakes when you make them, because we all make mistakes, and sometimes it can piss you off if someone doesn't admit the mistake, and it can make you have a little tension. You know what I mean? And giving credit to people. So it's very nice, as I said before, that you're recognized for your efforts. So those are a couple books about negotiating or team building or maintaining relationships with advertisers or affiliates. And then my biggest tip, to be honest with you, is just to find your own style. We're all different. If it's original, people believe it. If it's not original, you can tell it's like a fish out of water. You know what I mean? And that's the number one thing to be at the end. Yeah, it sounds cliche, but finding your style is not easy, especially if you're younger or you're entering a new job or you're entering an industry where you don't know. But you're allowed. Luckily, we don't work in a very corporate environment, so you're able to also be yourself a little bit more. You know,
Especially when you work in this type of industry, it gives you freedom to develop your own style over time. You know, it kind of even develops by itself sometimes, because you find, you know, okay, here I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna do this, you know, and yeah, it just comes with experience.
yeah, and it's nice to find your groove. You know what I mean? And it's nice to like find your style because it fills you with confidence, and that confidence builds, and then suddenly you're making something nice.
Maybe you have some funny stories about like stressful situations at work, maybe some stressful negotiations with a partner or something like that. Maybe something you want to share, you know, that could be like a nice lesson to somebody, a nice story to somebody, something like that.
Like something bad though.
Something like a bad situation that you kind of find a way out, you know, maybe some creative way out of a bad situation.
Okay. Okay, this is my fuck up, by the way. Yeah. We have a small team, yeah, and one of our team members was away and unavailable, and I was negotiating a deal with an advertiser, right? And I was like, look, this is a very strong affiliate. They have very good quality traffic. The payout that you currently offer me is not high enough. I need double, or I need triple, or whatever, like something outrageous. Which they also go, what the fuck are you? What are you talking about, bro? And then they don't agree to it. But in my mind, I thought that they agreed to it, right? So then I put it into our system and I give it to the affiliate, right? And so this offer starts running. It's in the US, so we're doing like decent volumes, you know what I mean? And then by the end of the month, we try and find out our billables and our how much we need to get paid by this advertiser, and we notice there's like a huge discrepancy, but they want more of the traffic. And the reason being is we just overpaid completely the affiliate and never truly like agreed to it with the advertiser. And of course they're happy with the traffic. Like, we're technically paying for the traffic. You're not the one paying for it. You know what I mean? And this creates a massive discrepancy. We eventually solved it with the advertiser. They eventually didn't pay us. Like, we technically ran on a loss and lost money that month with the advertiser. But then we ended up running this offer for a year and a half straight nonstop, because they noticed that the quality matched the payout which I asked for at the beginning, you know? So sure, we lost X amount of money in month one, but then up until month 20, we're generating so much together. So, and when I found out, I was freaking out, like I thought I lost my job, you know, like it was something very bad. So yeah.
Bro, that's like genuinely impressive. That
It's fucked though. Like I'm an idiot also.
by the way, the outcome is like truly genuinely impressive. Like it's really cool. It's really cool. I
The
mean,
outcome is yeah, we made good money off it. But it happened before. Like, in my first month of Nova, I paid like 10K worth of fraud to an affiliate and never got paid by the advertiser. And I was like lying in bed, like thinking I was gonna get fired. You know what I mean? But of course you're not, because it's unfortunately it's part of the game sometimes to lose money. You know what I mean? And yeah, as long as everything balances out, it's important.
I really appreciate that you shared that story, because it shows, you know, even like the guys that do this for like years and years and years, we all do mistakes, and maybe some newcomers, they are like afraid to do something because they're afraid to make a mistake, you know. But this just might, you know, give them confidence to just try out new different things and do not be afraid to make mistakes, because you learn by your mistakes, you know. You could use that as a useful information and grow like that. So yeah, let's do it. One more quick question.
Yes, of course.
So the question is, let's take Bangkok conference as an example, and maybe you could tell us, how do you prepare for conferences like that?
I speak to my top partners and figure out when they're going. Yeah. The most important thing is, at least for me, is to concentrate on your top partners which are going already. So I organize meetings with them, or if we made like an accomplishment together, then I bring them out for dinner or something, right? So those are with current partners. Then with new partners, I don't really tend to reach out on the app, because I believe it's a big waste. I don't want to say a waste of time, but my time can be put better into other cases. Yeah. What I do look at is, I look at the booths which do dating. And so then I know, once I get there, especially a conference such as Affiliate World, which is every single vertical possible, which do dating, so that I can focus my efforts, right? Because you don't want to be distracted from speaking to people who at the end you won't do business with. And then I also need to figure out what events to go to. As I said before, the conference floor is important, but the events you attend to afterwards is also important. So if there's maybe an exclusive dinner, or an advertiser's throwing an event, or an affiliate wants to do something special, then I try and figure it out how we can enter these events, or how we can create these events. So yeah, the preparation is not too hard, but it's mainly booking stuff, because you have to book stuff because everything gets booked, which is fucking crazy. And then seeing if your top partners are there and how you can meet up with them, and then the potential ones, well, to filter if they're interesting or not.
I got you.
Yeah, and dress nicely. Yeah, you got dressed to impress, man. You got dressed to impress. You gotta look good. You gotta look good for the ladies, for the boys, for the clients, for everybody.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Well, man, I'm not saying this just to say that. I'm saying genuinely and truly, I really enjoyed this little interview that we did right now. Like, you're a really cool guy. I really enjoyed like every minute that we talked, and I just want to thank you, you know, for giving us your time, giving us your expertise on some topics, and yeah, I appreciate it. Like, really appreciate it.
Same, bro. It's been an absolute pleasure. I also enjoyed you put a smile on my face, and that's the most important thing at the end of the day.
Cool. I'm glad. It's nice to hear.
Pleasure speaking to you. Stay blessed, and I'll hopefully meet you soon.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. All right, man. Bye bye. Bye bye.